So let's say we've written a really good posting, we've got a good offer, we've described the job. How do we know where to put that job advertising?
Yeah, that's changing as fast as any part of the business world that I know about, and we spend all of our time, or a good portion of it, thinking about recruitment advertising and how that works, and beyond advertising, where are we going to find candidates? So, we used to put an ad in the newspaper. It was the Chicago Tribune if you were in Chicago, and that really pretty much solved the problem of letting people know you had a job. It wasn't super efficient. It was kind of expensive, but that was what you did. So that's obviously changed dramatically.
You're not publishing newspaper ads anymore, Chuck?
Not publishing newspaper ads, though we do get people asking for them pretty regularly. Really? No, we're not going to do that. So the biggest news in recruitment advertising right now is Indeed.com, Indeed.com. They're what's called a job board aggregator, and they're going even beyond that, so that it's one search, all jobs. So candidates now know that if they want to find a job from any given job board or any company anywhere in the world, that Indeed is going to probably have that job there.
Wow.
So that's where people are starting to search, and we're seeing dramatic results for that website. And there's a couple different ways to get on there. So that would be really important. But I guess the overall concept is the more people who know about your job, the more likely you are to find the right person for the job.
Yeah.
So letting people know that your job exists and is available, that's a good job, it can't hurt. Now, I understand that in most recruiting, people are afraid of having too many people apply, because that could be a problem too. And of course, there are ways to solve that we can get into a little bit. But just like we talk about in my small business group that we get together, because we don't know what we don't know. When it comes to recruiting, we really don't know who we don't know.
Uh-huh.
And you need to get out there and let people know you have a job, and you need to have a basis of comparison.
Uh-huh.
So the wider you advertise, the more likely you are to get candidates. Now, if I can go one step further, if you have a very attractive job with a very large candidate pool available, then you don't need to spend very many dollars in advertising.
Mm-hmm.
And one posting on Craigslist, one posting on Indeed, and you may be well on your way.
Mm-hmm.
But the harder your job is to fill, in other words, the scarcity of candidates, if there
Mm-hmm.
aren't a lot of people to do it,
Mm-hmm.
or it's not really differentiated from other jobs like it because
Mm-hmm.
you have to pay close to the same thing, and you can't really make a strong argument for why yours is very, very different and attractive, then you need to advertise more widely, so you have to have more people available. Pretty simple rule.
Yeah, I like that rule. The other thing that I talk to clients about is that the more specific your ad is, the more targeted it is, oftentimes the more effective it is. So if you can find a job board that is in your industry or is in the field that you're trying to hire people for, that's often a better buy than going in and spending $350 on Career Builder, because you may get the same number of candidates, but a lot more of them are going to be well qualified.
Yeah, I guess it's good to have a little bit of conflict in these conversations.
You're welcome to disagree.
and so it depends on your time frame for hiring. So our experience is that the narrower job boards develop many fewer candidates and take longer to do. So if you are really advanced in your recruiting process and you really understand that you need a pipeline and you're going to be there fairly regularly, then taking advantage of those job boards is great. But if you have an opening now and you need to fill it now, and that's often what happens in small businesses, we need to hire. Now it's an emergency, let's start hiring. Then I need as many people to choose from as possible.
Yeah.
And using the major job boards, our combination that we use is Career Builder, Monster, Craigslist, Indeed, Simply Hired, and our own website, NewHire. We also have tools for LinkedIn, Facebook, and Google. And we can get a lot of candidate views very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we want to narrow down who applies by just what you said, putting in those challenges, which include in the job description what the offer is about, but also in some questions that we would throw in about, hey, you need to know this stuff in order to do this job. And that might scare some people away. But we see in our data that a lot of people share postings by email with friends,
Mm-hmm.
and so they're looking out for each other, and they can send your job posting to the right person.
That's a topic that I wanted to touch on. I know when I talk to clients that are hiring, they say, Brad, I just don't know. All my good candidates come from referral. Is there a way, are there ways that you can use these same tools to help you to attract candidates that maybe already know you or are one or two steps away in your network?
Great question. It's a real good idea to share a job opening in LinkedIn or Facebook so that you're communicating to people that you already know. In LinkedIn groups, you can put it up there for free. On your own profile, you can put it up for free. And there's very few more positive messages that you can put out into the marketplace for your business than we're growing and hiring.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're getting a double benefit there, both in terms of activating your network to find candidates and a marketing message. Hey, we're growing.
I also see clients putting it on their own website and getting not a tremendous number of candidates, but again, the candidates that are more likely to make it into the final round. It's almost like the old, the hardware store that puts the help wanted sign in the window. The people that know you and are regularly hanging out by you, they're likely to know what you're looking for in terms of candidates.
Right. So that's absolutely true. I often think of these things in terms of whether it's an and job, A-N-D, and job, or an or job. And if I have a really attractive job and I know if I'm going to hire a customer service rep in downtown Chicago, if I put that on Craigslist tomorrow, I'm going to have 500 candidates in almost no time. So now I'm looking at or. Should I use Craigslist, or should I use my website, or should I buy an ad on CareerBuilder or Indeed to start? Right? But if I'm looking for a civil engineer or a high-level sales manager or some really strategic or technical job, then it's not or, it's and. I'm going to use my own website and the major job boards and the niche job boards, because though it may seem like it's expensive to advertise widely for a particular position, there's nothing more expensive than hiring the wrong person for the job.
That's for sure. We've both done that.
Everybody's done that. So spending a little bit up front to make sure that you're getting a look at as close to all the available talent as you can helps you to pick a better person.
Right.